A double or deuce, deuce. You try me now, you the fool. He try me now, he some fool. Switch it up on me, I done switched up my mood. Damn, I'm tryna keep it cool. They talking about snoops, you lose. I asking them who's gon' lose. If you choose me, you must be confused. Getting my weight up, these niggas gon' wake up. I'm getting my mind right, I see it in hindsight. I ride through the city, vibe through the city, double back on it, never slack on it, back on it. Double my money, I surpassed it, I lasted. How they fold on it and collapse it, that's tragic. How they fold on it and collapse it, that's tragic. How they fold on it and collapse it, that's tragic.
Haters be talking, I don't pay attention. I don't fuck with niggas, cause niggas be switching. Lately I'm feeling like fuck all these niggas. Lately I'm feeling like fuck all these bitches. So what's your intentions? I'm on money missions. I be dolo cause these niggas pretending. I just can't let niggas fuck with their vision. I feel like 6ix9ine is don't.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Diana, and I'm here with
Meechh, ShotByMeechh, Big Meechh, whatever y'all want to call me, just don't call me out my name.
Facts. So tell a little bit about yourself and how the world knows you, or at least Atlanta.
A little bit about myself. I am a creative. I'll say I'm a creative, not just a photographer. But most people know me as being a photographer. I do music as well. A lot of people don't know I do music. I actually been doing music just as long as the photography. So, film. Yeah, a lot of people in Atlanta know me for photography, but I grew up with a lot of people. Atlanta's small, so a lot of these people that are like, you know, people, celebs, public figures, I grew up with a lot of them too, so I just knew people in general. So that was like, I'll put it like that.
Okay, so going back to how, you know, you say you do music, you were doing music and photography the same way. How did that all start? How did you come up with, because you're in a group actually, not just like you, so like you're in a group, but you also actually release independently as well.
Yeah, so we're a group, but we like to call ourselves a collective. Not to compare, but you can kind of think of it like Wu-Tang. So we're a collective, we're all individual artists, but when we come together collectively, we call ourselves NBDMG, and that stands for Never Back Down Music Group. So basically, it started years back, like when we were just in school, like we wasn't really taking it serious, the whole group thing, and it didn't start, it really just started like we were just playing around, having fun, like trying to make skits, making remix songs to stuff. So we were on both sides of it, just having fun. We were a group of friends. A lot of us in the group are, some of us are actually like, you know, real relatives, real family. Yeah, so like I said, it started off as just us playing around. And I like to say that we're kind of like some cool nerds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up, like we was cool, like we knew people, but at the same time, like we was nerds to an extent. Like, you know, while other people was doing this, we were taking the extra mile to research, or, you know, some of us were in bands and stuff, and that's how I like to put it. So, and then over time, as we progressed, you know, as high school started to end, and, you know, people start transitioning to college, I guess, you know, the maturity level, I guess, you know, for the most part, like the triple effect, we all start realizing, like, you know, you mature, like, you just start realizing, like we're good at this. Like, we're playing around, but like we're kind of good at this. So, you know, over time we just start, like, you know, like I said, once college, the end of high school, we start just taking it a little bit more serious than just, you know, just doing skits to pass by the time. Like, we were having fun doing it. That's another reason why it was big. We were doing songs for the school. Like, we had a big song, like, for the school. Like, we had a rival.
See, and that's why I'm like, dang, why you're not mentioning Central? Like, you know, you guys are the Central.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so ashamed of being from Gwinnett? Like, I'm from Gwinnett.
I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I just. So yeah. So if you're from Gwinnett, you know Central Gwinnett, and then you know that there was a school called Archer, and it opened just, you know, real close to Central, and over time they became our rivals. We made a big song. This is around the time I forgot what year it was. I want to say like around 2012, 2011-ish. The first school to make a song, it was the Brookwood and Grayson thing. And it was the Brookwood and Grayson thing. Brookwood, where you at? And I forgot, it was like Grayson. I don't forget what it was, but we basically hopped on that wave. Archer was our rival. We did music, we did a lot of stuff, so we was just having fun in high school. So we just like, hey, let's make a song, let's make a video. We asked the principals and stuff. They was cool with it. We played the song. I was also involved in the basketball team and stuff like that. I kind of filmed for them, so I was always traveling with the team. So I had connects with that. We got our song to play at the rival game. We just blasting it. We blasting it in the gym. It's going crazy. Gym's packed. Somebody in our group has like I forgot what you call it. Those like morph suits. Like you can't see your face. Yeah, I forgot exactly what they're called, but we had somebody in those. We just doing a lot. Then we made a video. We put Archer's principal. It was a dish song, you know what I'm saying? But it was like something fun. And then we came back in 2013 and we attempted to make another song and another video for the school. And it was basically like 2K13. That was the year we graduated, so we was making a song for the graduating class. And we tried to get the principal's confirmation to film a video. Because the last time we did it, like a lot of people from the school, like we were doing it on our own, but then there's a part of the video that, you know, we wanted everybody. We filmed at the game and we also filmed like after school, the first one, and like a lot of people came, like, and they was just in the video like dancing and stuff. That's when Beat It Up was happening. So like 2K13, we tried to come back when we were graduating and make something, but the principal was being lame, and he was like,
the new principal? Like
we got a new principal, and she actually ended up being cool, but at first, you know, it's like new people like,
she was from like the Gift, right?
Yeah, she was from Gift Center, like so she came in, she was like, look, staying after school, all that's done. You leave school, after you stay out of school, all the doors is locked, you can't just walk back in. So if you want to stay, you're gonna have to get somebody to sneak you in. She was doing a lot of rules and stuff, so. And we didn't even ask her, it was another principal who was like one of the assistants, but he wasn't having it. But we did make the song, we never got to do the video again. But yeah, like it was just all fun. It was a little bit of seriousness, but we was having fun. It was just naturally creating, just having fun during that time period.
I remember I was a freshman or a sophomore when I would see you around school, and you of course would never notice me, but I would see you, because you would always hang out with all the football players. Y'all were always around those people, you know. But then as soon as the bell, like you pick the bell, I would see you run to class, and I'm like, oh, I know him. So
my teachers is on me.
Yeah.
When I was like freshman, sophomore.
Yes, I remember that. Those times back in high school. And it's crazy though, because when I had mentioned it to you, you were like, wait, you went to Central? And I was like, I was lame. Literally, I was a freshman when you were up there.
I mean, I always just knew people. Like I knew people in high school when I was in middle school. Like I used to dance too. Like for real. I stopped dancing. Like I really, like before I did all this, I really like used to dance. Like for real. And like I was like this one jerking and getting light was like popping. Like I used to jerk. I was in a whole like high school group when I was in middle school, and it was like groups in middle school too. And like I said, I was in a high school group, and everybody was just like, basically like they had recruited me from middle school. And then by the time I became a freshman, you know, I was really in there, like, because I'm going to the same school as them. And you know, like before school, if you come early, you know, you get breakfast. It's like, I don't know how long it is. I don't know if it's a 10 to 15 minute time period, but you get time to get breakfast before that first bell. So, but around that time, people was dancing before school. Like it kind of looked like how, like, you know, TV was looking on Disney Channel or something. Like we had the, you know what I'm saying, not to discriminate, we had the Asians over here doing break dancing. Like they'll be in the gym, they'll be in the, what do you call it, the cafeteria. We'll be jerking like outside, wherever we're setting up, but we're battling too. Like this was you know what I'm saying? I think Georgia was late on it, that been happening, but that's when we start picking up. And, yeah, I used to dance, but I stopped.
That's crazy. What made you want to stop? And if somebody were like, yo, join my dance team, would you do it?
Possibly. I ain't gonna lie, I be thinking about it.
Really?
I be thinking about it, but why I stopped, honestly, I stopped because I was really focusing on music and film stuff, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, I just stopped. Like, I still dance, but like I don't like post a video or like I don't really practice like that no more. I just like I was really like I'll be in the mirror, like I was really dancing, like for real, yeah.
What's your favorite go-to move?
Well, I don't know. When I was jerking, it was the pin drop, but we can't do that no more. My knees, boy, we can't do that. No, it was the Dougie. The Dougie, boy, I
Can you listen real quick?
Dougie. I need some music. I can't do it.
Okay, I got you. Dang. I got you. What song you need? The Dougie?
Yeah, put the Dougie on.
Got you.
Soulja Boy song. It's an old school white tee.
You remember that? Do you have a favorite like music video from back in the day that was like, this is the reason why I kind of picked up the camera, or like a photo shoot that you remember? That you look, I want to do something like that.
Nah, honestly, it's no video or nothing that just really made me. But I mean, we saying old school videos. I like those videos from like the 90s and the 2000s. Like when like people was really like, people implement it a little bit more now. But like when choreography was really like a thing for real, and like the color tones in videos. I like old school stuff better.
You do.
But I like all stuff, so I like new music and new videos as well. But all in all, I like just classic stuff. Cause I feel like they had less to work with, and it was more like real, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So what made you want to start doing music? You know, when did you come like, yo, I can actually do this shit? When was that time?
Like I said, in middle school and high school, my group, we were going to the Boys and Girls Club, right? We were going to the Boys and Girls Club after school, and going there, you know, it's an after school program, you know, they're gonna have you do your homework, and then after you do that, you can, you know, have free time. It was kind of a thing like that, but after a while, you know what I'm saying, we were doing things to like, we were creating our own fun. Basically, like, you know, they have little programs in here and there, and it'd be cool. But we were creating our own fun there. And you know, at the time too, the Boys and Girls Club, the one I went to, it was booming. Like, you know, a lot of people from school went there. A lot of people that wasn't actually members too, you know, went there. Like, they'll come just to come hoop or just to come with a friend. Like, the Boys and Girls Club back then was like lit. Like, it was lit. So like I said, like the people around, like we were just creating our own fun. But like I said, I started taking it like serious once I hit college. I want to say that too, photography to an extent. But once I hit college, I started taking it a little bit more serious. A little bit. Like I'm recording songs like, I was doing that before college. Yeah, I was doing that before college. But like serious, I was recording like songs for real by myself. I was doing it before then, but it was mainly like just like remixes and stuff like that. In college, I was like actually like trying to get like original beats and stuff like that. Like taking it a little bit more serious. Like I got equipment, you know what I'm saying? I got like my own equipment and stuff. So I want to say like that transition from high school to college. That's when I just like, it's like, nah, I'm getting older. Let's try this out.
I feel you. Alright, I think I found it. I don't know why it took us so long. Teacher had that thing. those are 3 years ago. Don't you guys feel old? Like when you think about those like dances and shit, and now it was like.
I'm 18. I just like, hey, I might gotta get up. Hey.
I have never like. No, sorry. Okay. Oh, don't. Look, if anybody's recruiting anybody else for team members, dancing. Hey, look, we just.
Yeah, some light.
Some light. Some light.
I don't dance like that no more. I kind of feel like that was a little
Tiring.
tired. No, I'm tired.
I would have been. That's for sure. I would have been. That's crazy. Do you feel like there's any like new dance moves now that you're trying to do? What is a dance move? I feel like there's no dance moves nowadays that.
I definitely do feel like there's dance moves, but now I feel like people just mix it all in together. Like I'm starting. It just really depends on the type of dancer you are. I feel like people just mix dances in together.
I feel like the dances are the TikTok dances. That's really big.
Yeah,
that's a whole
people like-
choreography. Literally, no facts.
And then people try to be doing it like.
And they be messing up. Facts.
I don't know how to do that.
Me either. My sister though, those little kids, they see it once and got it packed down. I'm like, you know.
I probably could do that stuff. That's what I can't do it right now, but I probably really could do it if I just like sat and studied. But I don't do that.
Yeah, no. Trust me, these kids nowadays don't need to study. They just see it once, like,
Yeah.
I can do it. I'm like, what? Girl, you're like 12 years old. How are you
No,
moving
for
like
real.
that? Literally. But back to the music and the photography. So when did you start actually shooting? Like, let me come up with a concept and shoot this.
Actually, I'm gonna keep going back to middle school and like we were shooting just about everything. We were shooting music videos, skits. Like I'm talking about like there was a show. It's not Jersey Shore, but it was like a show like that, like those college shows and stuff. Like everybody's all in the same house. Like we filmed. It was like we filmed like a fake reality show. You know what I'm saying? Like we're playing like different characters. Like we were filming just all types of stuff. And I ain't gonna lie, it was funny. Like it was entertaining.
Yeah.
So like I started back then. Also, I was in the church too, and like I said, I was filming at school. So at church, I'll be in the AV ministry, audio visual. So I was filming the service, and then I was filming games as well for varsity. I forgot what year that was, like junior or senior year. I was filming like varsity games. So I've always film probably started first before like photography, but it's always been like the camera and it's always been creating something for me. So I'm talking about like Tumblr, like before I had my own camera, like we had like group stuff, like this stuff, like group stuff, like this would be the group camera. You know what I'm saying? So like as long as I'm with him, I can use the camera.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? But like when I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like I was still like taking pictures and stuff. Like I used to have an iPhone. That's when like Tumblr and stuff was going on. I used to take pictures of anything. Like I'll put my watch here and here and here, and I'll try to make it look real, like aesthetic. And I'll take a picture, and I'll have like a nice little filter in it. And I might like that's when Instagram, like people was really. I was really editing pictures on Instagram back then. Like they had the little focus thing. I'm focusing just on this, and I'm posting it on Tumblr. So I've always been like I'm into a lot of stuff, but I've always been into like the camera stuff and like creating it. I like to dress too, so I like to see things. I like to create things and see it look good.
Do you remember your first camera?
Who? Yes, I do. The first camera, I'm trying to make sure I don't get it wrong. I feel like it's the T3i. It's the T3i. That's the first camera that we had as a group. So I'll say that was my first camera too, because that's the first camera that I started using, the Canon T3i. But after that, personally, like a T5i, T7i, just a little bit updated than the T3i. If y'all shoot Canon, you know what I'm talking about. So that was my first camera. Canon was my first camera.
What do you suggest to those people that want to do photography?
Man.
First camera they should pick.
I just got this question last night. I was thinking about this because somebody just asked me, and I just got this question. I was like, man, people ask me this all the time. Like, I just need you to go ahead and make a YouTube video because the answer I'm about to say is it depends.
Yeah.
It depends, and it really depends because it depends on what you want to shoot. And you may not know starting off exactly what you want to shoot, but like, you know, for say like this camera that we're looking at now is more so a film camera. So I wouldn't, if you're trying to do photography, I wouldn't, well, it's a little bit of both, but if you're trying to do photography, I probably wouldn't tell you to get this camera right here.
Yeah.
Especially starting off, I probably wouldn't tell you to get Sony like that. So starting off, like I said, it depends on what you're trying to do. But I'll say if you're starting off, I would give advice to buy a camera that doesn't cost as much, but something good enough that you can still learn from. You can, you take some knowledge from somewhere else, like you can still use it. Like, all right, this camera has its own lens and stuff. It's not the newest one, but I can interchange lenses and do this stuff. So even though they're teaching me this on a new camera, it still makes sense on this one. So like I said, probably like a T3i or something like that. Like, I would tell somebody to begin with that one. But if they know what they want, I would probably suggest something else for them to begin with. Because some people, you never know if you want to begin. You may just want to try it out, and then you might start shooting. It's like, I thought I wanted to do it, but I really
don't.
Yeah, maybe this is not my thing. I do like the camera, but I don't want to be behind it, or I want to be on this side of the podcast side of it, or something like that. And that's why I wouldn't suggest just going and buy the newest one or something like that, too crazy. But if you know what you want, I would suggest something particular to what works for you. Like, if you're just vlogging, I would not tell you to get something like too crazy. You don't need OD megapixels or something. Like, you find what works for you. So that's my advice on finding a new camera. Something low budget or something that fits what you want.
Okay, since you're talking about the basics in the beginning, how did you come up with your work? You came up with your ebook called The Basics of Photography, and I read it. So does that mean I'm a photographer now? Because I'm gonna quote you at the end of it. Literally said, give me a second. You literally said,
if you read the whole thing, then yeah.
Now you can proudly tell your friends and family you're an expert at photography, but I don't have a camera. Does that still make me an expert?
If you synced in, you can be an expert. It depends.
What you mean? Your book literally said. Your book literally said at the end.
You're right.
You should have highlighted it and bolded it.
You gotta encourage people. So look, if you read the whole book and it synced in, like you understood what I was saying, then you can deem yourself as an expert in photography. And photography to me isn't necessarily picking up the camera and taking a picture. Like, you'll hear people say this a lot. Like, I heard one of my friends say this. Her name is Jordan. She said this, but she's not the first person. Jordan Ari. She's not the first person I heard say this. Like, photography is like 10% what y'all think is photography. Like, taking a picture, and it's like 90% like everything else, like business, relationships, all that. Like, to me, unless you just literally doing photography for fun, as like literally a hobby to create. Like, I make money, but I don't really care about the money as much. Like, I'm just out here creating. I got another job making money from it. But if you're doing a little bit of both, photography is like 10% like taking that picture. And that's why I would say, like, because you can take a picture, the way I think about things, like, I can take a picture and somebody can show me how to, but I've always been the person of, what does ISO mean? What does this mean? Like, I understand I can do it, but like, what does it mean, if that makes sense. Like, so I think, like I said, the knowledge behind it, the definitions, everything like that. If you can understand that, once somebody shows you, or once you actually do it, it'll really like sink in like quick. So that's what I said. Like, if you read it, then and you understand it, yeah, you expert. There's a lot of experts that don't take pictures. In my opinion, like, I watch YouTube a lot. There's a lot of experts in photography that don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, last time I did a shoot with blah blah, but they'll put you on game about a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So.
I love your book because you really break it down. Like, it's really simple, straight to the point. You have examples, it's colorful, it's like what everybody needs, you know? My favorite one was 5 ways to maintain creative. I feel like some people get lost in that, you know, like, oh shit, I have nothing coming up, or I haven't done it in so long that they might even consider it creative, or like question themselves as a creative. So how did you come up with these 5 ways? And when you get to that point where you're like, you're kind of stuck as a creative, what do? You did mention it in your book. So,
to be transparent, I don't recall exactly what those 5 ways are, because when I created that book, like, I don't remember when it was, like a year or 2 or so ago, and I wanted to update the book too. That was just something like, it was my first one, so it was something I was experimenting with, but I don't recall the 5 off the top of my head. But what I will say is, it's probably on there what I'm about to say, like traveling, like, you know what I'm saying, you got a block. Traveling, like going somewhere, for me, has definitely, like, if I go, even just like somewhere, if you can't travel out of state, like even just going to do something like this and you're always at home or something like that, it may, like, you just going out and seeing new stuff or experimenting new stuff will open your mind up, and it may, you know, help that creative block. If you can travel out of state or out of the country, see things, experience things that you never experienced, because what happens is we get so trapped into the environment that we're in, and that's why that block happens. Like, we get so trapped that we're thinking too hard to think outside the box. And, you know, you can watch videos and stuff, but it's nothing like actually like going and experience something. That's for me. Like, traveling, if I travel, it helps me a lot. Music helps me, and then I kind of like dissect like other things that not necessarily copying, but like I study a lot of other like things that other people put out and stuff like that, like, because current events, like, everything is new, whether I like it or not. Like, I just study it, and, you know, it helps me to an extent with being creative, because I'll think in my head like, all right, they did that, I'm gonna one up it, or they did that, I'm gonna put my little twist on it. It just opens your mind up a little bit. The biggest one for me, like I said, is traveling.
Traveling, yeah.
Traveling.
And how does Meechh stay creative and traveling? Yeah. How does being social? That's actually number 1 on your 5 ways.
Yeah, I got like 2 sides to me. Like, the other side of me is like definitely an introvert, but the side of me that you guys are experiencing now, like, I could be very extroverted and talkative and stuff like that. But when I'm not around people, like, I don't really talk like that. I be by myself. Like, I like to be by myself. But definitely being social, because you're gonna experience new relationships. It's the experiences. It's just like traveling. Like, if you're being social, you're gonna come into those new encounters, those new experiences, and, you know, you might meet somebody that'll show you something or tell you something or put you on game about something, and that'll open your mind up further than what you were thinking. You may never have thought of something at the perspective that, you know, somebody else would have thought of. So definitely being social. Because if not, it's like you're trapped in a little cage. And you know, it can still work. You just gotta find what works for you. If you're an introverted person, you can still be creative. You just gotta find what works for you. Maybe you need to be social over social media instead of in person. I don't know.
I've reading your book. It definitely showed me a bunch of hidden gems.
For real?
Yeah, the one I posted, I feel like it's so simple, but it's just like it's true though. Like your dreams won't come true. Wake up until you wake up.
Yeah, that's actually like my favorite quote to this day. I don't know. I read it like I forgot where I found that quote. That's a Martin Luther King joke. I mean quote. I said joke. That's a Martin Luther King quote. I think it's Martin Luther King Jr. But yeah, it's like I don't know. You just like here, like you know.
Yeah.
Until you wake up, your dreams won't come true. So. You know, it says it right there. Like
it's simple, straight to the point.
It's straight to the point.
Straight to the point. How did you figure out that you want to do like a fashion or fashion type of photography? Because there's multiple type of photography. How did you know this particular is gonna be work for you?
Well, I'll say it's fashion, beauty, and kind of like I'm really into like branding. So branding and marketing. So like fashion, beauty, and branding. So anything that I can like help somebody build their brand up. So I work with a lot of artists too. Like anything like that where we're doing something for your business or your brand. I love doing stuff like that. The fashion and beauty, we can put editorial in that because I like telling stories to an extent. I shoot a lot of stuff, but I've noticed just recently, I'm in the process of noticing like specific things that I do my best work at, or I'm like more in tune. Like I really like this like a lot. And like I said, it's that fashion, beauty, editorial, and that branding. But it really just happened like over time. Like you know, that's probably how it happened for anybody else. Like trial and error. Some people would just they figured out their lane by. Some people told them their lane. Mm-hmm. Some people noticed after a while, like they didn't really notice what they was doing, but they had to step back and look. Like I'm shooting a lot of fashion. For me, like I said, it was just I was dabbling in a little bit of everything, but that fashion really was coming. Like I was doing shoots and they were like collaborations coming up, a lot of collaborations. So when I was doing collaborations, it was more so like it's my own vision, if that makes sense, and that's where the fashion and all that came in. Like I said, I like to create, I like to dress and stuff, so I like to see my work like on editorials and magazine like that. And I like fashion, so I feel like all that together, it just made sense.
It does, it really does. Your page, the people you collab with, it just flows right, you know? I remember when I came to you about like starting the whole Shaking the Culture, and it was just an idea, and I'm like, dude, it took like 2 years, Yeah. That's crazy, because this was like back in like 2019.
Yeah.
And now we're in 2022 with it.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, but it's definitely, honestly, it's definitely believable.
Yeah.
You put that work in. You really want something, you really consistent at it, but you have to.
Trying to.
It don't be surprising to me and stuff like
really?
this. No, it don't be at all. It don't be at all. Consistency is powerful.
It is.
But a lot of people aren't consistent. That's why, they might not believe stuff like that. But, I done seen both sides of it. Consistency, I done seen a lot of people go from this to that. Not just like an overnight type thing. I done seen a lot of people go from this to that just because they was consistent. You don't even necessarily have to be talented. You're consistent. No surprise.
Yeah. So, what would you tell your younger self right now?
I would tell my younger self something that my dad always tells me. And your parents tell you stuff and you get older and you be like, man, when they telling you like, man, I I don't want to hear this, man. I'm trying to go. When you get older, like it's you know, some stuff really sink in and makes sense. This is what my dad always told me, and I'm pretty sure everybody's heard this before, but you know, time is special. Like you can never get time back. Like, you know what I'm saying? The last thing I just said, like that time already went on. Like you can never get time back. Like you can never get time back. And that's just like in general, but I apply that to everything. Like you can never ever get time back. So, you know, certain things I don't dwell on a lot of things because it's no point in me dwelling on a lot of things. I just like to move forward. You know what I'm saying? I don't never forget stuff, but I just like to move forward because it don't, you know, you can never go back in time. Like at that point, like you just gotta keep going forward. And it also helps me in, you know, the business aspect, you know, with deadlines and stuff like that. Missing opportunities because didn't speak up or didn't say anything. You can never, sometimes sometimes you only get one chance on things. That's another thing I'll say to myself, like, you know, I miss a lot of opportunities. I definitely took advantage of a lot of opportunities as my younger self, but I missed a lot of opportunities just being modest and quiet and not, you know, like, it depended on the situation. So like I said, time, you can never get time back, it's precious.
So how did the brand ambassador come about with Budweiser? Because I feel like a lot of people don't know that you're a brand ambassador for that. You have done some shoots for them.
We need to pipe that back up too. I need to hit them up. It's a cool story. I'm trying to remember it. It was one of those stories. It was one of those things too, where it's like you're looking at it and it's like, nah, this ain't real.
Yeah.
Nah, this ain't real. So honestly, I forgot where they hit me. They hit me up, but I'm trying to figure out where they hit me up. If it was Instagram or they hit me up on Instagram. They DM'd me, and you know they asked a few questions, and you know they asked, you know, the brand ambassador thing to be interested, and I was just like, yeah, send me, and you know, tell them to send me their email. I sent them my email. And I actually got an email, like they actually like emailed me with more details and stuff. And that's when it began. I actually screenshotted that. I don't know if it's in this phone, but I actually screenshotted that day because I was just like blown away. And then I remember I going to the account too, and I was like, yeah, they're verified too. So this is really Budweiser, like they're verified. Budweiser USA, and like I said, they emailed me, and ever since then, you know, they'll send me like PR packages and stuff like that. I know a few other creatives too that are kind of like low-key brand ambassadors for them as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they give me tickets for events. Like it's a cool experience, and I just want to take advantage. That's why I said I need to pipe up, being transparent, like. It's a cool experience. It's a cool thing to just add on, and I'm grateful for it. And now at this point, because it hasn't been that long since I've started. I don't know how long, but it's maybe like a year or two. But now I want to say, I want to like take it to the next level. Like, all right, now let's do something for real. But I was just getting my feet wet. Like we were all, you know, learning each other and stuff. And I was learning how they do things. Still am to an extent. But now like I'm really trying to pipe up with them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, what you're doing with shaking the culture, that's what I really kind of want, to an extent, like that's what I want to do with them. Like I want to bring my aspect of things to Budweiser, but also align with their brand as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, bring more minorities, but also make it make sense and stuff like that. So that's my goal with this whole Budweiser thing. It's a cool opportunity.
Yeah, it is.
I'm excited for the future.
Yeah. I didn't feel about, because you know, you're a photographer, you're behind the scenes, you know. Do you want to do being a brand ambassador for somebody else, a different brand?
Not gonna lie. People actually hit me up. I get hit up, not like extremely a lot, but I've definitely got, you know, numbers of them. People hitting me up and, hey, you know, we'll give you this code, or hey, you want to be in. Like, I've had a lot of people hit me up about being an ambassador for their company, whether it's email or Instagram. But I've had a lot of people ask me, and I don't mind actually. I really don't mind. It just has to align with what I stand for. It has to be something that I'm interested in too. Like, I wouldn't mind, but it also too would have to. Yeah, it would have to align with what I'm doing, and I would have to be interested. So I'm not. It's not a no to brand ambassadors. It just depends on the opportunity. Does it make sense for me to do this?
I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like, people don't think it, like they don't think about it. Does it make sense? They just jump on it because it's Nike. It's
like, I don't want to just wear your
brands.
glasses just because you're giving it to me for free. What makes sense about this? If I can make sense out of it, then yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it.
Yeah. How was your B-Day power shoot?
Oh, it was cool. It was a cool one. Honestly, that was my first one. I do it with my partner. She's a makeup artist. Her name is December. December's still winning. Y'all go follow her. You need some makeup. She's really dope. December's still winning. But I did it with her. And that was like I said, that was our first one. She actually hit me up about it. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing too. And I actually didn't plan on doing anything as far as like shoots like for Valentine's Day. Unless somebody just really just asked me, but I actually didn't plan on it. But she hit me up about it, and I was just like, she hit me up probably like a month before that, and I was just like, yeah, I'm down. Like, I would do it. And then we started planning it. But it was cool. It was a good turnout. I'm glad. To me, it was a success. Like I said, it's my first time doing it. I learned some stuff from it. I know what to do a little differently next time. But all in all, in my opinion, it was a success. And I definitely want to have more in the future. Like I said, I didn't necessarily want to do wasn't aiming necessarily to do a Valentine's Day one, but we just did that. She asked me. We did that. The Valentine's Day was coming up. But in the future, I want to just have a power shoot, not necessarily Christmas round shoot, or you know what I'm saying. I want to just have a power shoot in general. So more of those will definitely be coming this year, based off of that last experience. It was a success, in my opinion.
Good. It's really good. I can't wait for you to drop more content because I feel like you have so much.
Man.
You have so much. You're always working. Literally, we talked about this like off the camera. Like, you're always working. But it's rare to catch you drop something.
Yeah.
It's so rare.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's true. So actually, like this past, like, I want to say these past like few months from last year, that's when I was going through a phase of just like reevaluating a lot of things in my business and the way I went about things and things I'm doing. And not necessarily like this is 2022, or it wasn't like that. It was really it was just that time for me, like in my life, in my business, that I was just like, it's time for me to evaluate some stuff. Like some stuff I was doing, I had to really look back at it as like, not that it wasn't working, but some stuff was holding me back. Some stuff wasn't some stuff that I needed to do. Some stuff I had to evaluate. I need to do this more or less. You know what I'm saying? Like all creatives, I'm sure they've evaluated things in their business or their creative that they would need to change or add. So I was going through that, but mainly it was the business side of things for me. It wasn't really the taking the pictures, because it was the business side of things for me, and it was just so I can move more efficiently in the lane that I wanted to really move in. Like I said, I shoot a lot of stuff, but now I'm kind of trying to direct it to like a specific lane. Like that's why I said I didn't want to really do a Valentine's Day shoot. Like for example, like I wouldn't mind doing a Valentine's Day shoot, but I would want it to be like something that's like creative. Like if somebody hit me up for a birthday, honestly, like in the future, I don't really want to do like birthday shoots and stuff like that. But I wouldn't mind if you hit me up like with a creative idea and it aligns with my style of photography, and it just so happens to be for your birthday. But I don't want to do any birthday shoots with the balloons and stuff because you know what I'm saying. It doesn't. You know, over time I've thought like I wanna get these type of clients, so I have to promote. You know what I'm saying? Like some creators don't know this. Some creators are just stumbling up on this. I knew this for a while. I'm just hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I had to like really just sit back and evaluate. I was like, yeah, I gotta stop certain stuff. I gotta do this a little bit more, so I can get the results that I really want. So, I kind of forgot the beginning of the question.
That you barely really drop anything.
Oh yeah, so yeah, me evaluating all of that will basically solve the problem. I don't really care about dropping like. I just care about a big reason too why I don't drop like OD is like I said, I'm always working and stuff. But also I'm trying to get out of it. I'm in a little in the middle, but in the past I've been like how do I put it? Like I've been my own enemy in the past. As the why content has not been out. Like I'll have something and it'll be crazy, some heat. In my opinion, it'll be some heat, but I may not drop it because I want to drop it. Like I may have the picture, but I might have filmed some videos with it and this and that too. And I want to, because I'm really into branding and marketing, I'll think of it like a whole rollout. And that like in the past that has like caused me to not like drop stuff at certain times because it would be like, even now to a little extent, but I'm getting better at it. But like, it would be like I got this picture, but if I drop this, like this has to come like right after it, like marketing wise. Like, it has to come right after this to get the results, and I used to think like that, and it's good to think like that, but it's a crutch if you do it too much. So like I said, I'm in the middle now. I'm on both sides of it. I'm on both sides. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? You're creative. Hey, if something's not ready or something you want to like hold it, bro. But I'm also on the side of the world needs to see our stuff. Like you know what I'm saying? The more we hold stuff, whether it's for a good reason or not, it's procrastination. So, but the biggest thing was those systems in play. I was really just focused on that. I didn't really care as much about dropping content over these past 2 months because of that. But now, if you heat up, I got it.
Facts. So, is there like a specific photo, if nobody has ever seen your work, is there a specific photo, or, because you do a bunch of visuals as well, like the way you said, you do a photo shoot and then you have like the BTS and stuff like that. Is there specific content, if nobody has ever seen your work, they should go look at before they look at everything else? Or your favorite photo shoot that you like, now check this out first and then check out the rest of the heat?
I have a lot of favorite shoots, but I did one shoot, I'd say it like this. I did one shoot recently, when I went to New York. And when I did this shoot, I was like, man, because I was experimenting with new stuff too. Never worked with the model I worked with. When I did this one shoot, it's on my page. It's a girl, her name's Pam, in New York, and she has like a little bucket hat. That shoot, when I did that shoot, it was like, it's like, you know, like you put in the work or you trying something out and it actually works. It's like you cooking something and you put out the ingredients in it and it actually tastes good. It's like, dang, it's busting. That's how it felt for me. Like I did the shoot. It was one of those things too. Like I have a video like I posted a while back. If you follow me over time, like you seen it. But like it was one of those things where like the first shot I took, literally the first shot I took, I was like, yo, shoot's over. The shoot over with. Like, I don't know how to take no, like, this picture is the first picture. This picture is it. Like, I don't need it, but of course I continued because it was like, it's too, like, we going too crazy. Like, she came prepared on her part. I was prepared on my part. The environment was there. Everything came together. But it was one of those shoots. I was experimenting with new things, travel, work with, I planned this. So that shoot, and I feel like it represents my style. It was kind of like fashion editorial. It was kind of like fashion editorial. That different type of fashion. Stuff that you don't, that fashion that most people not just gonna wear it just to go to Walmart or something. Like, I like stuff like that, like New York fashion me type fashion. Like, some people be like, this looks weird, but I'll be like, that looks fire. Like, that's him. That's what I'm looking for. But that's you. The one in New York, Pamela, she's a dope model too. So that shoot is when I was like, it's probably something before then, but off the top of my head, that's the shoot that helped me like just realize what lane I should be in.
That's cool. That's fun. That's really fun. I feel like my favorite shoot from you is the one that you have on the basic, the paint one. I think you did that one in New York too, with the green shirt and the paint all over her.
Yes, that was DC. That was one of my cool ones too. It was just like the New York situation. Traveled and planned that whole thing out ahead of time. I like the concept. Like the concept, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a meaning behind it. That's the editorial type of thing. Like it tells a story. Tells the whole story just through a picture. And that's what I kind of aim to do when I'm doing like fashion editorial type stuff. So that was another shoot, but that was like, that funny thing about that one, we was in the middle of a park. I forgot what park that was in DC, but we was in the middle of a park and like she's painting and stuff and like everybody's just, walking around the park, and after a while, like I'm doing a shoot and she's painting, like live painting too. So I'm taking pictures throughout the whole shoot and we're filming it. And people are walking around, some people like looking and stuff. After a while, like some people are like stopping, like they're like stopping, they're like taking pictures, filming us and stuff like that. It was cool. I was like, we got a crowd over here. It was a cool experience.
No, but can we see more of you like traveling and working with different artists or models, concepts, creators?
Yes. You can definitely see more of that, You can definitely see more of that in the future. That's what that's actually one of my goals, is to, get back into. It's been a little minute since we just had outside, as far as music, we just had a show in Birmingham. But that's been my thing to get back into. But the pandemic happened. That's what slowed it down for me. The pandemic happened, but that's definitely my goal, to get back into traveling. And I need to get my passport. I want to go out of the country. I just feel like I be telling people that, and people be like, "You don't have your passport? I would have thought that you had your passport."
Yes,
I be like,
nah,
I really don't got my passport. I didn't start traveling for real until like recently. I really didn't start like on my own. I didn't really start traveling until like after college. So I want to get out and do. It's a couple places in the States that I still want to go to, but I'm trying to go out of the country and create something crazy. I'm talking about hot drones, and I'm trying to create something crazy, because you can't get these views everywhere. You can't get these experiences everywhere.
That is very true. Super true. Alright, so we're gonna ask a few personal questions to get to know ShotByMeechh a little bit more. And then actually my last question is, are we gonna see you what is it called? Stage dive this year? Because I remember when I went to your performance that's been like the biggest thing. Can we see you stage that maybe at Shaken Culture Festival? Hopefully you won't go off the roof. You know, because your team is pushing for that. Really pushing for that every show.
I don't be saying nothing about that stage dive. They be telling me, they be like, yo, we gonna throw Meechh. Next time we have a big show, we gonna throw Meechh.
Literally, you're the first one.
Like forcefully, they're gonna throw me, and I'm gonna end up just letting them do it because I'm not gonna fight like 8, 9 people trying to throw me off the stage.
Yeah.
But honestly, I wouldn't mind doing it
Just catch
because
it.
it's an experience. But I had to be feeling it. Like I had to be feeling it. Like don't just throw me. They'll plot on that sometimes. I have to feel it. Like it had to be the right. It's a good experience. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll stage dive. But nah, they be trying to. The way they be talking, they be trying to pick me up and like force for me.
Throw you.
I don't do it like that.
That's so funny. Have they ever actually got almost to the point where they actually really pick you up and you was about to go in the?
Nah, but they still, like I said, they be plotting on it.
Yeah.
They be plotting on
One
it.
day, maybe 2022, might be the year.
Maybe.
We'll see. We'll be there to catch that.
We gotta have it filmed too, though. We gotta film it.
Facts.
Yeah. If I do it, we gotta film it. Cause if you don't get it,
Lost.
Yeah.
Lost. Right. So now these questions. Right. What is your favorite movie?
hard question. It's a hard question because I like a lot of stuff. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say it's hard. I'm gonna say like, cause it's changed over time. I'm gonna say House Party.
House Party?
It was either Class Act or House Party. I told you I like classic stuff, like old school stuff.
Shit.
So if you ever seen House Party, that whole little, I like House Party, Kid and Play. I like that. It used to be Fast and the Furious because I used to really be into cars, like for real. It still is to an extent, but House Party.
That's you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, what's your favorite dessert?
My favorite dessert? I don't know. Maybe like cheesecake or like Oreo cookies and cream bar. Maybe like some cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep it safe. Alright. What's your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure. Probably sweets. I be trying not to eat them like that no more, but yeah, probably sweets, like stuff like that. Yeah, probably stuff like that.
Okay. Do you have a favorite apple?
Green apples, but I like them all pretty much. But
Yeah.
green apples.
You had like this phase where you were just post the apple man.
That's why you asked me that.
Yeah. That's why.
Yeah.
Literally, apple keeps the doctor away or something like that.
Yeah, apple a day, keep the doctor away.
Yeah, I was just like,
For
I'm
real.
dead.
For
Yeah.
real.
Alright. And then your favorite photographer?
My favorite photographer. I would be honest, I don't think I ever said this. I don't think I've ever said this. This might have been, not like technically, I've said it to an extent. I don't think I've ever said this. And the person probably gonna be like, if they ever see this, he's like, wow, man. Right now, my favorite photographer, and it's based off of like my own personal, but my favorite photographer right now is Skrill. It's either between Skrill or Cam. But right now it's Skrill. I feel like his style, like not only like no copy, like that's broke, but like I feel like his style like really like to an extent like that's the type of stuff that like I shoot that type of stuff, but I shoot a few other different things. He's just now like really just like this specific type of stuff, shooting a specific type of stuff that he shoots, but like the type of stuff that he shoots, and It's based off a lot of things, but I'll say Skrill. And if I had a second one, I would say Cam. Because I'll say Cam because I don't know. I feel like if you hear Cam's story, I feel like, and like both of them, like if you hear Cam's story, I feel like this is before like I even heard his story. Like to an extent, we got like the same story. There's so many similarities between his story and my story, things that he did, things he went about, the background and stuff, the way he goes about things. I'll say Skrill and Cam. It's my favorite photographers, but I love a lot of them though. I love a lot of photographers.
Yeah, no, thanks. I want Skrill to come on here one day, you know.
Yeah, we just had a panel. Oh, you should have came.
I saw I was gonna go. Back to go.
Yeah, we just had a panel, you know, with a lot of dope ones. Stefan, Chad, Jordan, Skrill, the Jordan Visions. It was a lot of dope. Ida. It was at her studio.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skrill was there.
Yeah.
Definitely some gems. I was there just to, you know, and it was good. But if you were an upcoming photographer or something like that, that was definitely somewhere you should have been, because you would have got so much game just from being there.
Yeah. I believe it. As soon as I saw Skrill on there, I was like, damn, I want to go. But when I was trying to go, regardless, it was already like sold out or whatever. And I was like, dude, that shit went fast.
Yeah, it was sold out.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
shit, shout out to you guys.
Honestly, I actually technically didn't get a ticket. I just got plugged in.
Of course. You know everybody in Atlanta.
I just got plugged in. Like, honestly, I was about to, as soon as they came out, I was about to press to click the ticket, but I was like out driving or something, so I was like, I'm gonna do it later. And then I didn't read it all the way, that it said like a certain amount of slots, like 25. So I circled back at the end of the night, and then I go to, it was like sold out. I was like, oh shit. My friend that said he's coming, he was like, I was like, dang, bro.
Yeah.
But they got me right though. I still came. It was a great event. I plan on doing something like that. Like I want to get into throwing events too.
Yeah.
Like I said, just like I did the V-Day thing, like that was my first power shoot. So like a lot of stuff, like I feel like I know how to do it. It's like I just now want to start actually doing it.
Makes sense. Alright, well, I appreciate you for being you always. Literally, like you literally make me laugh all the time. Like you're goofy.
Oh yeah, I'm class clown too, guys. Like before all the dancing and stuff, I was class clown. Like for real. Like senior superlative. Like
I'm a yearbook certified and everything. But yeah, no, I really appreciate you and literally be there from day one. Literally, you know, when I approached you about this.
I appreciate you, I appreciate you. We appreciate you, because I understand why you're doing this, and you know, that's why I do what I do too, because it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like shaking cause you're trying to bridge the gap. That's also what I'm trying to do, you know, to an extent. So I appreciate you doing what you're doing, because it's hard to be a creative, an entrepreneur, self-employed. It's hard to do that, you know, when you also have to deal with life and the ups and downs of life and still come out strong in your business or still be up to doing things. So, and especially when you have other people depending on you and stuff like that. So we appreciate you for giving other people opportunities. We appreciate you.
So where can we find you? Where can we go book you at? Do you still do bookings? Like, can we
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm about to slowly transforming. Eventually, the DMs is about to be closed. If you want to book, eventually, you're literally just only gonna have to go to my site.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go, you can hit me up in the DMs. I'm not telling you to do that, but email me, go to my site, fill out a contact form, or you can literally book the exact session that you want. I know eventually though, I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna allow them to book an exact session. They're just gonna have to fill out like
their name and stuff like that, and just give me details about their project. Because I want to be, like I said, I want to be more intentional about the work that I'm doing. Just in game, like I feel like if you're a photographer, if you shoot a certain type of stuff and you put that out, you're gonna get those type of clients. If you shoot everything and you want to shoot a certain thing, you're gonna get all types of clients, and you're gonna be lost over time of why I'm not getting the, you know what I'm saying, the type of stuff that I really want to shoot, because you're, starting off, you may have to do that, but once you realize, you know what I'm saying, how to get better or whatever, shoot what you want to shoot. And because it's like you should be, it's not always about money, but it's good to get paid for something you actually like want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like getting paid for stuff that in the past it would have just been me like collaborating, like the certain models that I always worked with in the past. Now like clients are coming to me and I'm actually liking the ideas, but they're visualizing what I kind of, my style of stuff too. They're trusting my my take on my direction on the shoot. So shoot what you want to shoot.
So in regard to social media,
it's you can get me on Instagram at ShotByMeechh, on Instagram. Twitter, I'm on Twitter. I'm trying to tweet a little bit more. I'm trying to get on all social medias a little bit more than just being on Instagram. TikTok at ShotByMeechh. I'm trying to pipe up on TikTok. And this year, I've been had a YouTube, but I ain't really like started it for real. But this year, I'm about to really like start like YouTube. It's not even about the money. I just want to, you just gotta start. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start somewhere. And I should have been started, to be honest with you. Like I'm doing stuff for other people, and I'm like, man, I could have been did like my own podcast on my own. Like,
literally.
So that's what this year is for me. Like I really could have did this stuff. Probably been capable. I was like focusing on a lot of other people more than myself, and there's nothing wrong with that, but now it's time for me to do, a little bit more focusing on what I want to do, and stuff like that. So yeah, Instagram and ShotByMeechh everywhere else.
Facts. And I feel like a lot of people don't just pick a photographer just because. I feel like every photographer does its own different thing.
Yeah.
You might have a birthday shoot, you're shooting with somebody that just does concerts. That doesn't make sense. Make it make sense when you pick your photographers. Just putting it out there. Learn my lesson. Alright, but thank you. Like I said, I appreciate you for always being here. So, till next time, adios.